know what time it is. Another week. Same time, same place. Another podcast. The fucking boy. Welcome to the goddamn SSJ cat.
Oh no, we're not gonna have any monetization because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it anyway because you coronavirus. Right.
Well, I doubt you were literally person.
Literally can't say that word on YouTube right now, but that's okay.
Okay. We were literally having like a call before this, and literally the first I was like, all right, the coronavirus filler cast. The first person, Strix was literally, no, we're not saying that because we're going to lose monetization.
I don't have monetization. Y'all need to understand. I come up with bullshit.
Don't talk shit. Don't talk shit.
100%. Nah, I'm gonna talk shit just like in a fighting game. Every time Shaz hits me, hey yo, vanish. Hey yo, vanish. That didn't connect. Yo, drop your super combo, your animation. Just drop it real quick. But welcome everybody to the show. My name is Strix, and welcome back to the SSJ cast. It's another week, and we're just starting like that. It's up in the air. Hopefully the mic issues have been addressed. Thank you for all the love that we got over on YouTube. It's amazing. But really, the only two things I want to love on right now are my boys down below me.
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that.
The one speaking right now, let him know who you are, Alejandro. Yeah.
It's your boy. Snapback and pencil. Back at it again with the Apple Pencil. You already know how it is, baby.
That's too bougie for the snapback and pencil. That's
Get it.
For the audio listeners of this podcast, he Millie bouldered? I don't know what to call it. He Millie bouldered. It was something. He was out here.
I don't have enough space to properly
rock. Yeah, so you okay. I
okay.
Trying to Geodude, but you only got a Graveler.
Wait, what? Isn't that better?
Yeah.
Graveler's bigger though.
Yeah,
but he's stronger.
Yeah,
and I am bigger.
But the person trying to correct me because
if anything, I would prefer to be gold.
Have the tech in the bag. Shazin.
It's me. It's your boy, Young Mac and Cheese, and I'm slowly dying. No milk. Lactose intolerant. Not really.
Oh, really?
Hi. But yeah, I'm big chillin', you know.
Welcome. Today's show, much like the rest of the world, is quite sparse. Please stay in your homes.
Not as sparse as I like it to be.
Hey, look.
Stay your ass inside.
Yo, can we just talk about shout outs to Florida for being as stupid as it is, because I literally ordered Chili's yesterday. I went to get that shit picked up, drove out of the streets. It looked like a regular ass fucking Tuesday.
It really did. I also had to go
Wednesday
shopping today for actual supplies. And,
when I say that there was just as much traffic as there's just a regular day.
It's a vacation. What you talking about? Everybody's on vacation.
Literally saw a bunch of people with holding hands.
I'm not gonna get out of quarantine till December, bro.
That's fine. All right, hey, let's get ahead of it, Shaz, for next year. You're going to Evo next year, right? Just go ahead, confirm it. For those that don't know, we were all agreed to go to conventions this year.
I'll never say nothing to no more, bro.
I'm staying in my house. Last time I did this, it was...
I think I'm the one who jinxed it, because I'm the person who always says I'm never gonna go, and then the first time I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Evo this year. This happens. So I think I'm the one who jinxed it this time.
Man.
Is it just God telling me that I shouldn't want anything in life? It's crazy.
Wow, that's
wild.
I should just take the L. Take the L in the chin. Just take the throw.
So the new anime season started, so we may have some anime topics, a topic or two come up from anime.
Just one. It's only just one.
I'm gonna recommend something.
Oh, true.
And on the flip side of that, we have some gaming stuff to talk about. Still very light news week. Not a whole lot going on in the world. Again, please actually stay safe. Stay in your homes. If you're going crazy, I understand. Watch some more Netflix and put the Jergens down, all right? That's all I'm going to ask.
I promise you, you have not watched every single anime that is out there right now. There's a bunch out there. Go ahead and watch.
If not, come on over to twitch.tv/YourRestricts on Thursday nights and watch us live and click that Twitch Prime button and the sub on over. Now to stop shilling and go to the first topic. So the new anime season did actually start. And I will very quickly highlight what I want to talk about because I'm going to ask my boys about it. So, picture this with me.
No.
Year is 1994.
Okay.
Digimon is sweeping across the fucking nation.
It wasn't even out in 1994. What?
It was like 1990. Close enough, all right?
No, like 99.
Close enough, all right? It was still starts with a 9, all right? There's 2 9s in it and a 1. Close enough. With that said, in all seriousness, the late 90s, early 2000s, Digimon Adventures came out, which set about releasing a product that was better than Pokemon in every way, but would get overshadowed by it as time continued. Well, this new anime season for the 20th anniversary of Digimon. No, 20th was like the 25th, right? I think it's the 25th. I think it's 25th because 20th was when they did the movies. But they restarted Digimon from the beginning, for everybody to see out.
It can't be the 25th because it came out in 99, 2000, so it's
the 20th. Then? Actually, it's the 20th, so they released the movie 15th. That's awkward. With that said, I want to ask y'all, how was it? As a Digimon fan, I haven't watched it just yet, but my boys I know watched it. Let me know. Is it worth a watch? Should people check it out?
All right. Shaz, you want to go first?
You can take care of that. Hold on.
Ty's still a punk bitch.
So, as someone who's not as much of a fan of Digimon as just a fan of just decent anime, it was good. It was a really solid first episode. Animation was out there. Like they were really great with the animation. One of my favorite animators, Ryo Onishi. For anyone who watched the Broly movie, he's the person who animated the first-person view of Goku versus Broly. That whole segment, just Goku versus Broly before he went red. He animated that moment. So yeah, his animation was crazy, awesome stuff. It looks like Toei Animation, the animators of this, the studio behind this production, looks like they're using a pencil filter on most of their productions now. You started seeing it in the Broly movie. You're seeing it now in One Piece. It's not as strong as the One Piece or Broly filter, but it's still really good looking. It's a really nice looking pencil line filter. So production wise, music wise, the music was fantastic. The animation was just as a whole, really excited to get into this. It was if you like Digimon and you like really good, well animated Digimon fights, this might be an exciting season to watch.
Okay. Actually, got me excited. Feeling a little teary-eyed. I legitimately like
Agumon's fireballs, man. They look good.
Shaz, I don't know if you can speak. No, you're just as big.
Mm-hmm.
How does it compare to like the original in terms of story, or how do you feel about it as a more of a Digimon fan?
Sorry, I was doing other stuff. I think it was great because when I was watching with Alejandro, they modernized everything.
Yep.
So it's a lot. So Digimon's a lot scarier because back when it came out, the internet, people didn't really know what the internet was, at least for the general public. So like them being like, we're shutting down the net, and people are like, what does that even mean? But there's an issue. It's a really scary issue. In the very first episode, so the plot of the very first episode is Ty's mom and sister are on a train to go to like school or something. It's like her first day or whatever. And he's like, whatever, I'm getting ready to go camping with my friends or whatever. And the net gets hacked, and you see the control center of the train. They're like, we can't control anything. Someone's controlling the trains in the Tokyo area, and if we don't stop it, they're gonna crash into each other and kill a bunch of people. And I'm like, oh, that's really scary for a first episode.
Yeah.
And then you realize like how much technology has taken over our life. So like, you it's like, so I imagine it's gonna be like, we lost power to the hospital, so people are gonna die, or like we lost access to this type of secret document or this list of people who are undercover or whatever. And it's like
nukes.
Yeah, I mean that's what Summer Wars
literally the Digimon movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the fact that the first episode was a train and they were like, all right, I'm hoping they didn't blow their load, but the fact that they were confident enough to be like, yeah, we hijacked like 20 trains that were gonna crash into each other for the first episode is like
wild, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I got control of the internet. Let's just crash a bunch of trains.
They didn't try to be like a newer anime. Well, it's not a bad thing, but they didn't try to be like, oh, wishy-washy about the era. It's modern day. They all have smartphones. Ty has a smartphone being like 7 years old. All his friends do.
That's something that is really lost on me sometimes, that they really are like 7. Like they're elementary school kids.
They still do have digivices. This digivice is not just their cell phone, but their crosses do show up on their cell phone when they're chosen though. It's really funny. So I liked it a lot. The animation was great. I know some people are like, oh, it doesn't have the spirit of like the old one, but I'm like, being honest, don't get me wrong, when the old show was good, but it definitely, its age shows now. When you look at some of the old stuff, it's like, man, that's rough. Or like, again, just things that they didn't understand, that they had to guess about the internet and how that stuff would work out. So now that it's been 20 years plus since then, I think it's going to be way more concrete. We'll have to see. I don't know how like crazy they're gonna really go with it, but that was a fucking wild ass first episode.
When it came to Digimon, seeing the animation that I saw in this first episode, I would compare it to like not the movie quality animation, but at the very least, it's way above what we normally saw from the original shows in terms of just the action and everything. So if this is how it's gonna be looking like, and I've already seen like a few of the production staff behind upcoming episodes that are going to be coming out. It's basically if you like Super, watch Digimon, because a bunch of those motherfuckers are on this shit right now.
The good parts of Super.
Good parts.
I'm talking about put that out there. Just gotta put that out there.
Episode 4. What's the problem?
No, don't. That's.
I'm talking about like the people who worked on the tournament.
Okay.
The whole last.
Digimon holds. It's one of those very few things. Place. I'd love to check it out. I really wanted to get y'all's thoughts, knowing that y'all had seen it. But now I'm going to turn it over to the anime correspondent, as you probably can tell us a little bit more about the spring season. Being spring now.
All right, there's a lot of shows in spring season. I'm not watching a bunch of them. That said, if mostly season 2s. Mostly continuations, Alicization, Sword Art Online, Shokugeki no Soma, Kaguya-sama, what was it called? Yahari Ore, the fucking My Teen romantic comedy snafu's getting
God bless. It got pushed back though, unfortunately.
A little pushed back, but we're here. We're here. What's up?
Fruit Basket season 2.
No, I don't care.
Look, I'm just going along with the season.
Fruits Basket is OG.
Kingdom season 3.
Okay. Kingdom season 3. I heard Moshi say it was really good that first episode. So
Major second season 2. Bro.
There's a lot of.
Don't talk to me about Major, man.
It's mostly sequel series, but there's 2 shows I want to talk about. One of them is a show that finished recently. Another one is a show that just started. Shout outs to my dogs. Fucking goddamn it. First show I want to talk about, it's in the docket right there if you want to pull up the trailer. A Millionaire Detective. If you guys haven't heard of this anime, the main character was trending on Twitter, and there's a reason why. Watched the first episode before the podcast started. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Animation studio behind The Promised Neverland. So the animation looks really good. The music is really good. Very jazzy soundtrack. Think it takes place. I can't tell if it takes place in New York or in Japan. I really can't tell. No, I think it takes place in Japan. The main character comes from England, something like that. It's a detective series, mystery series. Yeah, he does. It's fun. It's fun. It's goofy. It's dumb. It's extreme. I love it. It's just popcorn fun. I really recommend at least checking out the first episode. If you're into like kind of detective, jazzy kind of series. Yeah.
So
he's basically if Tony
Batman.
Stark was a police detective. Yeah.
Batman
Except without the suit.
Batman and Tony Stark, not going over the top.
Basically.
Being normal. I mean, as close to James Bond as they can be without
basically
building.
It's closer to James Bond, if anything else.
Well, that's really cool. It looks good. It looks interesting. I would say to everybody to please look into the season. Every season brings a lot of different things to the table. I think right now we'll kind of be checking in each week different shows, but it won't be until probably like 4 weeks in where you'll start to hear about the outstanding shows that are everybody's kind of, because there's always a show that everybody's like, wow, I didn't expect this to be as good as it is. So hopefully the Millionaire Detective might be that show.
I think this and
maybe Shokugeki season 5.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Now Sword Art apparently have that.
I need to catch up to that.
Tower of God has still been the kind of talk of the town.
It doesn't look interesting to me, honestly. I don't really want to watch that show. I might wait a second before I actually.
Yeah, I think it feels like something that I want to see multiple episodes before I.
Yeah.
And so I'd rather give it. The third episode comes out 5 days. So
something like that.
Next Tuesday. So yeah, Tuesday.
Might
just have to take my time.
The other show I want to talk about is something we can all talk about: My Hero Academia season 4. Don't know if you guys saw it. I know you guys read the manga. Basically the anime ends at around it's like just before chapter 200.
No, I watched it.
Oh, you watched it. Okay.
I will say this because it's if you did, this is not a spoiler. I will just endeavor fist in the air. That's gives enough information to anybody that's read the manga to know exactly where it is.
I almost cried.
He said, "Watch me, bro," and I almost cried. That's all you need to know.
Legitimately, so this goes back into the season. When the season was airing, I think everybody was super happy when it started off with season 4. And then the arc with Gentleman is like this very weird arc that once you get to the end of it, it's kind of like, oh, that was nice. And then when you get that the last episode, you start to understand why you need that.
I think what's crazy to me is that maybe it's just more modern mangaka, or maybe just Horikoshi is that smart. But I feel like he knows that, especially now that his his manga's being anime. This is before, obviously, but he knows where to take breaks from a literary standpoint, but also from like a budgetary standpoint for like the studios, where they're like, I mean, it's not like that arc was badly animated, but we needed that break after all that's happened at the beginning.
That arc was actually really well animated.
I know it is, but they're like that last episode, we need to like dump the rest of the budget, so like we need to like wait. And I feel like he knows what parts can, because if you just amazing, there's no way you can keep that up through complete like that level of animation throughout the entire thing. Yeah, for like 20 episodes, you can't do that. Not consistently, anyway. You can have little parts.
And they were working on a movie at the same time. They were producing this entire season.
Gross.
So it was literally half the staff working on one
I will also say that I feel like they've done that with most of this. Like thinking back on, it kind of has like
what the
big story stuff leads to a crescendo. All right, we're going to dip back down for a second as we finish up this season and set you up for the next one. With that said, so after how they handled the overhaul situation, as much shit as I was giving people literally this week,
I love that arc.
As much as they handled overhaul.
Me personally, go ahead.
Season 5 has been confirmed to be a thing.
Yep. To no one's surprise.
Yeah.
The hottest property in anime history has got another season.
I will make the statement right now that if they do as much justice that the next season 5 of My Hero, if they do as much justice to that as they did to the overhaul
Didn't
especially like the final fight. If they do that much justice, it will be up there as some of the best scenes.
I think. Well, I think this next season is gonna tie for a lot of people's favorite season easily.
Yes,
easily. Because again, we already know what happens.
Many moments. There's so many. Moments.
Again, I think without saying anything, Horikoshi is really good at not necessarily making new rules. I don't think making new rules is a bad thing, but I think it can be lazy when it's just thrown in at the last second. Like, there was this thing that actually happens, but he just builds on like established rules and expands on it, and you're like, oh, you can't be mad about it because it's the natural progression of things. So we'll see.
My Hero Academia is. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, did they ever say what day was coming out the season?
I believe they said what part.
It was just confirmed season 5 is.
Because I would not be surprised if they took even like a year or longer to come up with this next one. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in this one. Like there's a bunch of stuff that happens in the next season.
The next set of My Hero stuff comes. It's. For lack of a better way, it's like I would compare it to like a shifting of phases in the MCU. Like how phase 1 turned into phase 2, turned into phase 3. This next jump is 100% one of those phase shifts.
It's a lot.
What's all going on?
I'm going to guess the show's going to come out late 2021. I don't think it'll come because just because they're not working on a movie anymore, they have way more time to work on that. Don't know what else Studio Bones is working on right now, but I think it'll come out sooner than expected.
Yeah, I think I think that their pacing has alleviated some of my fears with it. Because originally, like how fast they were animating, I was always worried about how fast they would catch up to the material. But the way they're spacing out is just right enough, and it should be good. Like, I haven't seen a season of My Hero that is actually like
bad.
Yeah, like the obvious choice is like One Punch Man season 1 to season 2, where people were like, "Oh, that's a letdown." Whereas every season of My Hero, people are like, "No, this is." Yes,
My Hero Academia has consistently been, each season has been getting better and better and better, both in terms of the writing and just a bunch of animation.
I will say, season 2 is not at the fault of the creator.
I mean,
One Punch Man.
That is not at the fault of one or Mirage.
Yeah, no.
That's man.
But yeah, My Hero Academia, it's one of those things where season 4 is currently my favorite season, just from the writing standpoint. There's a bunch of really well animated scenes in there that I was like, yeah, this is amazing. Ever since they finished the tournament arc in season 2, the writing for the series has just picked up. The Stain arc is phenomenally written. The arc with One for All was fantastic. Really fantastic. I really love that arc.
Yeah.
And then Overhaul. I think Overhaul so far has been peak My Hero Academia. And I've been saying that ever since the arc has been airing. Every single episode in that arc, you felt tension. You felt like there were a lot of risks going on. You felt like there was urgency, which is something you don't really get from shonen anime. But My Hero Academia, from off the rip with season 4, it was like, oh, this is serious. Oh, this is we need to actually take this as an actual threat.
And I would also to kind of speak to that. Again, for me, it's been almost 15 years, I think, since I was just an anime only watcher. My Hero is one of the few shows that I think they handle well enough that it makes me want to watch the show. I think pacing has always been a big thing for me in anime, where I realize I'd rather read it. I'd rather be able to have more control over the week-to-week pacing and how everything, how much I consume when.
To just correct Strix a little bit, he meant to say manga only. You said anime only.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what? Yeah.
I there's a lot of stuff where I know what happens in the manga, and when I recognize what point they're getting to, I come in. But in the case of My Hero, it's just like, no, this is good. This is just an enjoyment to watch.
Agreed.
Wait. Okay, wait. So just a quick question. I'm gonna try to keep this as spoiler free as possible because I'm trying to think of what comes next. I'm
Okay.
currently reading the manga right now.
The way I will phrase it.
Okay.
I will just simply.
I'll just send you a message.
Simply say I'll say it this way. We have so we've established, first of all, they showed off an ensemble of heroes. Essentially, we are at the end of season 4. We going forward will step into post All Might, truly and fully. All Might One for All. We see when he stops, but at that point, with the arm raised, we are fully into that. So, next up,
just thinking about the writing in this show,
so I'll say next up is Shaz, you can correct me if going off of without anything. School because stuff, and then
the first half is going to be school stuff,
and then after that is the arc that I have literally been like, I want to talk about for like the last fucking year.
Strix, please just tell me. I sent you a message. Yes or no? Just say yes or no.
I can't. If I change Discord, it will.
Fuck.
Type it in the doc because I could just.
Yeah.
It's
Yes, that will be the next thing after that.
Yes. That's gonna be a good arc. That's gonna be a good arc.
It's great.
I haven't read the arc, but I've watched videos like breaking down a bunch of things going.
It's great.
It's great. We're talking around the issue. I'm going to use this for a quick plug. Coming out in the next week. If you want to hear more specific stuff, me and Shaz will most definitely be talking about My Hero Academia, the manga. So we don't have to kind of dodge around the issue. I don't want to spoil anybody. I just would tell people that if you enjoy My Hero Academia, it's just as fun going forward, if not more.
I've been seeing a bunch of the newer chapters, and I need to catch up.
That's out there.
Character development is the name of the game of My Hero.
Yes,
it's great. I love it.
Okay, that's all for anime. Like I said, we're going to probably be talking about anime every week as the season progresses. Because all of us kind of do that. I feel like, especially early in the season, you either watch a bunch of episode 1s, or you wait until there's 3 or 4 episodes, and then you wait till about the 6th episode point, and then you wait till it's almost done, or wait till the end.
It's kind of unfortunate, because right now, it's unironically, we're going to have less and less to talk about. Like, more shows are being, not canceled, but pushed back, and it's like, oh. That sucks.
Push back season 2 is like fucking.
It's kind of wild, but more.
I'm interested to see how the summer season's gonna go.
That's what's so really quickly. We can jump on that because before we jump. So currently set up for summer season. Just to address this for anybody that's wondering, what is known? ReZero season 2,
Fire Force season 2.
Fire Force season 2. Is it wrong?
Is it okay?
Yep. Wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon season 3.
Yes.
Mahaku
season 2.
Yes. Yeah. Mahaku Koko no. What is the English name?
The Irregular at a Magical High School.
Never mind. Nope, we don't need that season 2. That one can be pushed back. That one can go ahead and get the.
That one can get out of here.
What I'm gonna make an argument for that is going to have some of the best animation and some of the hypest moments for next season.
Yep.
This second part of Haikyuu to the
Higurashi,
top again.
Wait.
Wow. Don't ever.
Is that what we're talking about? Oh no, you're right. I'm just the best sports anime ever created.
It's getting like.
I think it's better than Ippo. And Kuroko. I'm just putting it out there.
So here's why I'm
the issue is, well, you said anime, and that's guaranteed because Ippo ain't never getting another season ever because they hate us. When you're 1,000 like we're looking at Black Clover right now, which is literally
like 2 chapters away from being caught up.
It's like 3 months away from where the manga was. And then we look at Ippo, and Ippo, my man's like, yo, I got 1,000 chapters if y'all want to animate something. And they're like,
isn't that 20 years? If it's 1,000, if you do 50 times,
I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure I might be overstating. It might be like 800, but I'm pretty sure we ended up at, we
like
might have
16 years behind.
I want people to understand, like, legitimately, I think we ended around chapter like 400 ish.
Oh my god!
And there are like 12 to 1,400 chapters of this that exist.
To put it in perspective, if you thought watching One Piece was bad.
Be happy they don't give an episode. Like, yo, if whoever wants to print money, just making a 1 chapter to 1 episode of fucking Ippo. Just do it. You'll make money. Like Shaz said, Higurashi has some stuff coming
Which
out.
is wild. I didn't think I would see Higurashi anything in 2020.
I think the craziest thing about Haikyuu is that I saw a bunch of the animation for the first season of this current part. If it is as good as you say it's gonna be, it's going to be the best animated Haikyuu season.
My entire thing is like, again, another thing that me and Shaz talk about and more. Haikyuu has consistently been the manga that I am like emotional by the end of it for a plethora of reasons. Just, it's so good. Beyond that, there's a bunch of stuff that I don't recognize as a specific second season for summer.
Oh, perfect. Gundam Hathaway's Flash.
Okay. Gundam.
I don't know if that's coming out, man.
It's coming out.
I have the English name of this. Studio Dean is working.
Something the Japanese name?
Mukoyo and Roji's Bureau of.
What?
What are you talking about?
I probably know it if you told me the
English. It's a sequel. But beyond that,
like, why did you bring that up?
Uzaki.
Other sequel, somebody's seen it.
That's not a sequel, but Uzaki-chan's coming out. Y'all have all seen her, Sugoi Dekai. That's all you need to know. If you look up Sugoi Dekai, you'll see her.
I just want to watch Rental Girlfriend.
Great Pretender. I've read Rental Girlfriend.
I've read it too.
What I will say is we'll be more specific about this when we get to July. Like, once we get around that time. Because it don't look like we going outside anytime soon. So
yeah, no.
We'll have plenty of time to go ahead and
I can't wait until April 30th comes, and then it's like, yeah, we're gonna get out an extra 30 days to that.
I already know it is. My school's the rest of the semester, bro. I'm like, semester?
As somebody that lives in the state of Virginia, when they came out and they were like, we are putting out a stay-at-home order. It's like, oh, for how long? Till June 10th. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Just stay in your houses. It's like, wait.
Florida didn't even put out a stay-at-home order. They were just like, please, like, can we suggest that you possibly stay in your house longer than usual?
You go to any other state and you see empty rows. You go to Florida and it's like they're just having a barbecue in the middle of the night.
We unironically might get the most deaths. Like, it's
I'm just
why?
I think we're almost there.
No, you won't. I think. Look, New York got y'all. New York got y'all beat.
New York only got us purely because that's not a good reason though. New York only got us because of how close they're, not because they're.
I just want to say the last time I checked, New York in terms of cases of the virus were 100K ahead of everyone else.
That makes sense because it's a tourist trap. But
okay, but here's the thing:
Florida's
as each day passes, Florida is constantly getting thousands upon thousands upon thousands of new cases.
Well,
it's not slowing down.
It depends. Yeah, like California has already started to slow down. We are not a news source. Please do not take our news. Please check your local news airings and please just pay attention. Stay home. Be safe for everybody.
Wash your hands.
I don't like these odds right now. It looks apparently 10% of people in Florida have corona. Stay home.
You actually have no clue how many people.
I know.
I don't believe that because there's.
Oh, it's more in other counties. It's just average.
Oh, okay. Because it's 30 million people in Florida.
It's just average.
And I think the coronavirus. It's not even at 20,000.
No. So well, here's the thing. We know that a bunch of what we don't know is how many cases actually.
Of course not.
There's a very strong possibility that a bunch of people who have it, we just don't.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. No matter what, the United States is going to be the number one in terms of deaths.
Anime is godlike. Well, that brings up a whole
what?
That brings up a whole possible conspiracy theory of China not accurately reporting exactly how deaths they actually had, which in turn leads to a whole cycle of how deep do you want to go down the rabbit hole? Because there are actually some like movie level conspiracy.
Who was that country that reported -1 in terms?
That's wild.
Oh,
that's wild.
Was it Norway or Sweden?
It was one.
Yeah,
of those.
I saw that tweet. If you guys are curious, there was a tweet where someone showed all like the cases and deaths of Corona, and one of the countries said -1.
That's a flex.
And I'm like, that's you. How does that even work? You came back from Corona, like you got stronger from Corona.
So they thought they died of Corona, and then like, nah, it was just gas. Don't.
It was just gas.
All right,
I just had some bad Chipotle.
So in the meantime, while you're maybe catching up on the season with us, and definitely come talk with us live if you ever want to talk about anime. Love it. Let's get into games. So the big thing that happened this past Tuesday, a bunch of games dropped, including this week going into today. A bunch of major games dropped. But what has been on the talk of everybody's tongue is that of Call of Duty Warzone. It was the biggest game up until super recently. And the new season started on Tuesday, and they released a trailer for it. They made one very big change, and that is you can bring an extra friend. So you can squad up with 4. Did they do anything to the map? I have not personally played it yet.
No idea. So biggest changes. So many new weapons in the loadouts now. You got AK-47s have suppressors on them. Every single AK-47 you're gonna get is gonna have a suppressor. A bunch of suppressed sniper rifles. A bunch of new assault rifles. M4A1 is there. You don't get the M13 anymore. It's mostly M4A1. New epic, new rares. They rebalanced the drops. Uzi's in there too. It's really hard to see a bunch of the weapons you saw from season 1 and 2 in Warzone, because it's all new weapons in terms of how either they're loadout or everything like that. The loadout drop became more expensive again.
Oh.
Wait, it's $10,000 now.
So I would like to clarify. I would still like to clarify. I think that is fair. Like,
yeah, it is.
To be completely honest, you should not be able to get. The way we were playing that game, you could literally get a loadout within like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it took a little bit of luck, but if you had a squad of 3, now again, add another 25% or 33% to how much money you're getting. Cool, they added 1,500 more on top of.
You're not wrong. It's just, man, we started like
6K.
What, like a quarter? 6K? It was, it's a literal almost. It's been increased by like 50%.
6K to 6K to 8,500 now.
So like 40%, something like that.
Something wild, like it's a wild amount. But from my friends, I will say this: from you all playing earlier. It sounds like the car and rocket launcher metas are still very much in place.
God bless.
More than ever, you're going to see at least. You're gonna have the one person. You're gonna have at least 1 or 2 people in a squad rolling with a RPG in there.
Makes sense to me.
Which is only going to be a thing that really, honestly, because you have to worry about a dude in a Humvee running you over for.
I was literally playing with Steph and Anaj, and it was literally we were waiting for a team to pass by, and then their second car came by, and then their third car came by, and then a helicopter was flying over, and it's like, okay, we're like, wait.
I mean,
it's like Megazord.
That's a wild ass Megazord. That's a Power Rangers went broke real quick. What happened to the?
They don't got animals.
What happened to the T-Rex and the pterodactyl?
A little buggy, a truck. Discount.
Prius, go! That's crazy. No, I mean, I think that's good because one thing that's always interesting to me about like any competitive game is the meta, and it's always like now people are not abusing, but using trucks and cars and vehicles more. So obviously the response would be people are going to use RPGs and stuff more. So does that mean RPGs are going to get better or worse? Are cars going to get better or worse? Like it's one of those things, you know. It's like I don't know. Will people take more damage while in cars and stuff?
Which also means that people start using the OD perk, which makes you take less damage from explosives to try to help you deal with.
Which is a good perk, by the way.
Which is it's wild that
it was already a good perk.
I literally need to start running that perk.
It was already a really good perk.
That perk is basically essential.
Especially because I would notice that even more people were using like C4 and proximity mines.
I will still say to people,
way more C4s. Way.
I still recommend using it in regular gameplay, even before this car and like truck.
If you're listening, just make it so cars can't literally go over 90% of bumps in that game, and you'll be all right. You'll help out so many people. It's just like cars can get over some stupid stuff in that game.
Also, they like change like the hit detection of the proximity mines? Sometimes they don't go off at all, and that's for their opponents too. I've noticed that I've like stepped over proximity mines and they don't.
Bro, the worst thing was we were in a gunfight, and it was Anaj was being targeted.
Mm-hmm.
Steph put down the C4 on like in front of a door. The dude opens the door, but because the door is in front of like, so the C4 is here, the door's like right here, it didn't go off.
You mean the proximity?
No, it was a C. No, not a. It was a
Claymore.
Yeah, so I've been super. It's one of those things that
you literally have to place the Claymore right in front of the door, so when they open it, it detects.
You have to know which way the door opens, because if they do not break the beam, the Claymore will not go off, and the only thing that counts as breaking the beam, even though
is the person walking.
Even though a door swinging open would break the beam instead.
Yeah, I don't know why that doesn't.
Thankfully, we won that gunfight, but.
It's interesting. I want to see how it goes, because currently it's not the most talked about game. And
I guess not.
I want to see if it has some staying power, because we're currently in a space where a battle royale game is not the game that everybody is talking about currently.
I think I think this climate, I don't know whether it really hurts it or helps it, but everyone's staying inside, so now I think even Final Fantasy pushed up its date for like physical releases and stuff like that, because
physical release people got the game early today. So
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like people, because of the situation that we're in the world, not just us. I think it's interesting to see developers come out with games and stuff that are way more attractive, or do services for people that are like, hey, we know you're inside, and a lot of y'all don't have jobs. So like a game like a battle royale where it's free, even though battle royales maybe don't have the staying power they used to, is really attractive to a lot of people and kids, you know, working adults. Like, well, I don't have money, I'd rather save it for stuff. So, you know,
I also want to add, thank you for adding 4s. 3 is a really awkward number.
Yeah, it's
just a really awkward number. 5 can be awkward, but specifically 3,
man, being the 4th friend is rough.
Yeah.
Shout out to Apex.
Like Apex did it, and I think for Apex it felt kind of like, oh, okay, this is different, this is interesting.
But it doesn't help that it's 150 people in the game.
Which
like,
okay, so like I would like to clarify.
How does that work?
No, guys. So watch this. Look, normal battle royales do 100, right? Because it's squads of 4 for 25, or you do 50 squads of 3 to get 150.
Right. So how do you do 4?
4 squads of 25. They just, or for 150, you would do. Look, it's 200 people in that bitch. No, they just make the assumption that you're gonna have squads of 3.
Well, it's not 150 players every single time.
I know people leave, but
roughly.
Yeah, because you know damn well you've gone into a match, because I've gone most of the matches. It's never been 150. It's always been like 145, 100.
I just enough to like there, but it's one of those things where you'll have enough people solo queuing into like quads that you'll be able to fill.
So for solo queue, do you guys want it to be a separate queue, or do you want it to be with the triple? And
so it's 30. It's going to be 37 teams of 4, or it's going to be a bunch of teams of 4s, a bunch of teams of 3s.
Teams of 4.
That's a lot.
An awkward number. That just is awkward.
I think the weird part about
37.
Yes, 37.
Yeah.
Get 150. 37 times 4 is 150.
No, it's not.
Well, it's like just it's 37 and a half. It's
Well,
like
what? So 25 times 4 is
100.
37 times 4 is 148.
What's half of that? Yeah, you're right. 37. 37 and a half would be.
Yeah.
37 and a half would be 150. I have the calculator right here. It's
close enough.
But so
look, the math. 37 just sounds like a weird ass number, bro. It's yo. Let's go take down these other 36 teams. So what?
But again, that's only if it's straightforward, because I know that there are squads of 3.
I will make the argument they should not generally mix them. And I only say that to say, if a squad of 3 queue up, like knowingly, I think that's fine. But like, it's the same reason why you wouldn't put somebody that says, I want to play solos in like a game with people playing squads. If you want to play in a game with people with squads of 3, because it changes how you have to think about the game. If I'm going into a queue knowing that people should be in squads of 4, I'm looking for 4 people.
Well,
but if I go in thinking I'm playing trios, and somebody has a 4th dude just run in and shoot off the side, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's a different meta, because if you kill somebody in solo,
I mean,
they go down and go to Gulag, or they just die right there, and that's it.
But you always tell team wipe. There's always just that team wipe there.
No, there is, but it's a completely different meta, though.
It's a mentality of how to, like, because, like, the extreme version would be, like, imagine somebody queues up for solos, but they're like, oh, we have a spot in quads. So here, you by yourself in a match of quads. Like, maybe you're a god, or maybe you are a cheater, and they're going to get you watching you. I see all of y'all. I see you put it down.
I still haven't encountered a cheater in that game.
There have been a few that I've seen more videos of. I think it's as you get up higher and higher in the skill-based matchmaking that you see.
Okay.
Because if you cheat in like the lower brackets of MMR, like just play the game. None of us can shoot. None of us can shoot. But if you're looking for something else free to play, in the meantime, maybe you don't want to play. Maybe you don't want to get into Warzone. Maybe that's not your thing. Google Stadia is currently and has gone a free-to-play service. And if you sign up now, all you need is a Gmail address to sign up for Google Stadia. You get 2 months of Stadia Pro for free, which will let you get Destiny 2, Grid 2, Glit, SteamWorld Dig 2, SteamWorld Quest, End of Gigamek, excuse me, Serious Sam Collections, Spitlings. That seems like that's on the wrong website.
That sounds like a slur.
Stack on stack.
Not gonna lie, Spitlings sounds like a slur, bro.
And Thumper. All right, look, we're gonna pull up gameplay of one of these. So, like, let's talk about the very specific thing.
Jesus.
Google Stadia is free to play now.
Yeah,
I would also like to clarify, when more people are using the internet and there's less bandwidth to go around, Google Stadia is free to play now.
Do you see the problem with Stadia?
The only reason I want to get that is just so I can play whatchamacallit on PC. To be honest.
Play what?
I just want to be able to play Samurai Showdown on PC. That's right,
it's an exclusive.
It's the only place to play it on PC.
SNK needed that money. This game looks cool, though. Sorry for calling it a slur.
It really... Spitlings is...
It's not a great name, though.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I know y'all were going for the whole Inklings.
They spin.
They spitting.
They spit.
But, like, I don't know how I feel about yo. Like, yo, you wanna hit up that Spitlings? Like, you wanna hit up the what?
The hell did you just call me?
What are we doing?
What are you, a spitter?
That's definitely different.
I had to
on that one. Okay. No, you didn't.
I had to.
No, you didn't.
You definitely had to.
If you already have Stadia Pro, by the way, from when it launched back in November of last year, you will get the next 2 months free of cost. So don't even worry about any of that. There are currently 38 games available for purchase on Google Stadia, with 120 more coming this year, 10 of which will be. So if you're interested in Stadia, again, it's free to play. Yeah, you have a G. Everybody uses Gmail.
No, I don't.
So feel free to sign up. Yeah, you're still on your Hotmail.
Relax.
I know people who still use Yahoo and shit. So
of course, I mean those are classics.
So moving on
I've
to
had customers come in with AOL.
Yeah, I still have an AOL email. Don't use.
Same.
Moving on though, kind of jumping back a little bit to, we mentioned that Call of Duty was no longer the biggest game in the world. Riot Games broke records with they finally giving access and closed beta access to their new game Valorant. A lot of people are calling it CS Overwatch.
Oh, wait, what? Okay, I don't like people.
I mean, yeah,
acronyms.
That's how people are trying to like break down the idea.
I said the style kind of looked like. I didn't say all that, but
I will pull up
that's
some
the Valorant
gameplay here in a second.
Show them your restricts clips, boy.
Let's talk about. I'm gonna apologize ahead of time for gameplay. I don't need to for myself. I have access to the game. I think I'm the only one of the three of us that played it. I think before we even get into the game, let's address the elephant in the room, which is how they've handled distributing access to this. I'm not gonna say keys, but distributing access to it. Essentially, the way it works is you make your Riot Games account, sign up for the beta, and then you connect it to your Twitch account and you watch streamers. Designated streamers within the community. When watching streamers, you will have a chance to be whitelisted and given access to the game. This has, of course, led to botting. This has led to many people waiting for, I don't know, hours, 24 plus hours.
They do prioritize people who have watched 2 hours or more.
And there is a diminishing return. So, like, watch at least 2 hours. You don't have to be on at that point, but watch at least 2 hours, and then you're good from there.
Thought I did.
Chill out and like, kind of enjoy and hang out and do what you have to do. I think, personally, my big argument to anybody is check the game out. If you enjoy it, watching it, it's a game that I think is very honest about what it is visually. Like, if you don't like CSGO, if you don't like slow tactical shooters, you're not gonna like this game.
If you don't like the idea of being killed in 2 shots, then it might not be
like somebody that is inherently, if somebody aims better than you, they could one tap you.
If the skill gap, or maybe if you just call it luck, whatever. If that gap is way too big for you and you don't like it, that's just the way it is. That's just inherent to the game.
Yes.
Like this is as shootery as a shooter can get.
Kind of as you can see with the gameplay that currently.
Yeah.
Like, dude was just one tapping. Everybody came to contact.
And this is like, from the way you explain it, it's not CS:GO, it's CS.
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't, like, it has a very different feel. Versus what most people I think are expecting a CS. It's just a lot of information and learning how to play CS. It's a very good game at discipline and learn where your crosshair should be, how you should be moving, how much noise are you making. A lot of things you have to kind of just learn, which right now is really good because nobody has the best answer. A lot of people are still learning the game. There's been a lot of really great moments, minimal toxicity. And the best thing I think in this game is that Riot personally has implemented the best tools I think I've seen for learning and getting good at the game. So the example I'm going to bring up, if I can find it, is
Practice one?
The tutorial area. You can come back in, you can buy any weapon, you can try out any character even if you don't have them unlocked. So if you think you might like somebody, head in.
By the way, regardless if you're a shooter or a fighter or whatever, please let me test out your character.
Yeah.
God.
They then have, and I can bring it up right here, they have this, essentially what it is a target with a bot off to the right. just a standard bot, where you can test spray patterns and clearly see what the sprays looks like. You can change. Really good. You can change the range, so you can go from 5 meters all the way up to 50. Okay? As well as shooting that bot will tell you how much damage an individual bullet will do to part of the body. So you will know, this is all listed in game when you're going to buy the gun, like, oh, this will do this much to the body at these ranges or whatever. But you can physically come in and test it yourself.
That quality of life.
Which is something that's super small to me, but it's super important because in games like these, because aim is so important, not telling somebody, hey, go download Aim Hero or use this third-party program. You can test it within this game.
It is frustrating.
I saw this. Sorry to cut you off, but do all guns have scope, or is it just some?
Some.
Oh.
Okay,
makes sense.
Pistols don't. Most of the guns do have some form of aim. Most of the guns do have some form.
Again, Counter-Strike. They're very. I mean, you're not gonna be shooting that far with how the
and people have done the conversion already. Play Counter-Strike, Rainbow Six, Overwatch. The conversions for
shooting
for your sensitivity have already been of them out.
And looking at this game, I am just 100% not interested in the aesthetics of it. Visually, I think it's not interesting to look at. It is not appealing to me. Wow. Gameplay-wise, though, I like CSGO. I like those kinds of shooters. I like playing shooting games. So I would definitely check this out just in terms of like the shooting element. And so I hope I get in just to play a little bit, just to feel out how it feels to shoot in the game. But beyond that, I'm not excited for it. I'm not super hyped for it, but I don't think it looks like trash. So it's whatever.
So I will argue, as somebody that's like, I am a self-described like Riot fanboy. Okay. I love Riot's products because I've played them for years.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
But I say that to say that Riot to me has always been a company that will care more about the gameplay first and foremost before they get anywhere near caring about the vid. Like the visuals will eventually get there.
I bet.
And to anybody that wonders what I mean, the League cinematics, most people have seen them even if you haven't played League of Legends, or just go look at how League of Legends started off when it was an alpha and beta and how it's improved. I don't think the game looks great either. The side effect of this is what I like to call like the World of Warcraft effect or the CS effect of you can run this on a potato and you will get 60 FPS, it will be stable, and you'll be able to play and have fun. All but the worst computers will be able to run it. And
so my computer can run it. Awesome.
I was gonna make a joke, but yes.
Beyond that, you saw every character has 3 abilities. 3 abilities plus an ultimate. And there's plenty of different playstyles and plenty of different approaches you can take to playing. But the difference between, to me, this and Overwatch,
it's not press Q to win.
It's not even just that. Like Overwatch has characters like Mercy that allow you to get around not being able to aim. Ultimately, you in some way, shape, or form have to aim in this game. Like, you have abilities where you can get more information for your team, but you will still die in one bullet and your team will be fighting a 4v5.
It's a lot rougher in terms of like carrying your own weight for your team, because you're gonna feel it. Which
is the big difference. Like, I will tell somebody up front, the other thing is when somebody is better than you, they are better than you. This is the most hot and cold game of, I can have games where I feel like, I feel really good. I feel like I'm getting better. I'm on top of the world. And literally just have like hours where I'm like, I am shit. Why am I even playing this game? Because I can't do anything actually right. But what that lends itself to is you end up feeling better as you improve the game, as you start to do better. You're able to really train and get better. And they even have tools that allow you to practice snapping the headshots at different people with any gun, bomb sites, checking corners, movement, all the different pieces of the game. You can try it. And like I said, most people are nice. I've only run into a few people that are weird and
toxic.
But the big things I think is I'd say watch the gameplay. If you watch gameplay of the game, I think you'll be able to really quickly tell if you like it or not.
I think so.
Because I don't think that this game is trying to be something different. Riot, I didn't also mention this. Riot is a company that doesn't make new products. They take existing ideas and kind of make really solid fucking games out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the gunplay in this game feels good. As bad as I am at it. Most of the time, as much as I might be like, damn, like, how did he kill me? I could probably sit down and be like, you sprayed here. You were uncontrolled. Like, you weren't... He came around the corner and he had his aim on point where you were kind of wavering back and forth. Which is...
waving.
But yeah, Valorant. And the reason why I mentioned it's not the biggest game in the world, this game... Riot Games now has the 2 biggest broadcasted categories on Twitch. League of Legends hit 1.75 million, and I believe Valorant topped out at 1.74 million people watching this game on launch day.
That's kind of wild.
Even like the biggest people on Twitch, their numbers were multiplied by like a factor of 5. There were some individuals that were having 100K plus people. I saw multiple people that averaged 40K viewers, averaged across like 10 hours of streaming.
I could have had 5 viewers. Damn.
Wow.
Wait, how were honest question? How were your views when you were streaming this game?
From what I've seen, they were good the first day when nobody could get in. Unfortunately,
after people actually got in, yeah.
But unfortunately, what happened is Riot has used this formula with TFT and Legends of Runeterra, their other games they released for this. How that worked was anybody could drop keys. Unfortunately, Riot with Valorant has limited who can actually drop keys. So it's a situation where the rich get richer.
Oh, I see.
So the idea that the Summits, the Pokemains, the Tim the Tapmans, the Myths, anybody in the upper echelons that have key drops are where everybody's going to be because people want to get access to the game. Unless you just kind of want to watch it. It's really unfortunate because I think it's a chance to boost smaller, like, okay, the exclamation point drops in the chat already, and it's just kind of unfortunate because it's a chance to boost the directory. But in the case of this, I think it also makes sense. There have been plenty of problems where they had to stop drops for an evening or some time. They've been combating botting. As of today, they have banned their first cheater of the game that was cheating. As well as they have started banning people that buy accounts. People have been selling accounts for $150 already.
Damn!
Yeah.
Yo, like that
for a beta?
People like, just please.
150?
Wait. So is this a limited beta?
This is closed beta currently.
Okay. Is this going to be free to play when it comes out?
If this goes the way of like their other games, Legends of TFT, it will slowly increase the number of people till it goes to open beta, till it goes to release. And this goes to, and to answer your question, Alejandro, Riot's policy has always been to make free-to-play games and monetize with cosmetics. That is how...
So
it will be free to play when it comes
out.
So
people are paying for $150
to access a game early for a limited period of time.
I don't want to hear
on
that.
On an account that Riot is also saying they're actively seeking out and banning people that do.
I don't want to hear that.
That coronavirus is hitting different right now, bro.
Now to talk about the financial side because it's Riot.
That's actually why. Why?
To unlock characters in this game, they give you 2 free unlocks to access characters in this game. If you want to spend real world money, it's about $10
per character.
Yes.
So
I will say this in just general, in the general Riot sense, What will generally happen is once the full game is out, you'll just be able to play, and after playing so much, you'll be able to unlock another character. How the League model has worked for a decade. The place where it gets a little nervous, they do not have boxes like CSGO. They have skin collections, which range, $20 bucks.
Which, let's be real here.
Or you can buy collections for $53 currently in the closed beta for 4 skins.
Wait, $53 for 4 skins?
$53.70
for
the math.
For 4 skins?
A knife skin and I believe 3 other skins. It might be 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
It might be 5, but either way.
Wait, why does the skin cost as much as a character?
They also, I should clarify, they unlock you like 5 characters by default, and you can like
you didn't answer the question. You didn't answer the question. No.
Riot makes League of Legends has had $30 skins for a minute now. Look,
I'm just saying that's ridiculous. $30 skins. Oh my god.
Is there a battle pass?
There will be a battle pass.
Okay.
When it comes out, will probably be a premium track on that, which will probably be $10 if I had to take a while to guess at Riot's pricing structure. The only reason that I don't give them as much shit about it is, unlike CSGO, if you see a skin you like, they're like, hey, pay us $5-10 for it.
Which is fair.
Versus CSGO being like, open this box until you get this.
Or trade it through Steam with somebody.
Yeah.
If you see that golden knife, better buy some fucking keys, motherfucker.
It's not the skin either. It's the condition of the skin.
Yeah, you got to buy boxes to buy keys to get a factory new condition skin.
You could get that golden gun, but if it's like
Worn?
hello old, then it's worthless. It's like, come on, dude.
So it's that whole thing of like when people are like, hey, devs, give us options to the skin. Riot's like, all right, cool. We're gonna get the same amount of money if you open boxes, but and they seem to have some other currency that allows you to upgrade.
I mean, that's good at least.
The game is it's the hot thing right now. I think it will stay relevant. The way I've put it to some of my friends, I've been in conversation with them. This is going to be CSGO for a new generation. It's going to be CS for a new generation. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be big. It's going to be probably the second biggest esport, possibly bigger than CS in some respects, but definitely bigger than like Rainbow Six and a lot of other things. Are you muted, Alejandro?
Will it pass Fortnite?
Yes. Fortnite is dead, dying.
Okay. What I mean is the height of Fortnite.
Its single day viewership beat Fortnite.
That's wild to me. That's
okay.
Wild to me.
All right.
People underestimate, Riot is a fucking machine. Riot knew exactly what they were doing. What happened last week on the 3rd, we didn't talk about this, was you could watch videos of people who had played the game and listen to them talk about it. People did this for 13 hours.
Man.
Off of like an hour or 2 of gameplay. When I tell you, Riot knows what they're doing. Riot is a machine. So just don't pay money. Hopefully they enable drops if they do come to my streams. But find somebody you find entertaining, and you don't have to watch the stream. Pull it up in a tab, mute the tab, leave it running, and ignore it.
Wow.
Periodically check. Treat it the same way as if you were waiting for an email. Nobody sits there. Well, some people sit there refreshing their email every 2 seconds. Did I get in? Did I get in? Did I get in? Don't do that. Just go about your daily business, and eventually you'll have access. That is my Valorant talk. It's a good fun.
Cool.
On the flip side of things that won't be getting announced, we will not have any E3 this year.
Things will get announced.
And now many people might be sitting there saying, but E3 was already canceled. Even the digital event that they were going to attempt to do has been officially canceled. There will be no E3 until 2021. Nothing.
God bless. Good.
Nothing.
Don't get sick.
Microsoft has already said that they're going to do their own thing.
Okay. Most
people are already going to do their own thing. I think in the case of Microsoft and Sony, it is new hardware year.
Yeah.
So they're going to hold events.
Yeah.
Now, that's a whole separate thing. Like, that's a topic that I think is going to come up in the months increasing going forward. This is the first time where there may be a quarantine, because there's already talks about there will be a second round of this coronavirus stuff in the fall.
Well, because when people get out, it's going to be a relapse almost. Like,
imagine a game console launch in this environment.
Yeah, one thing I'm going to be hidden.
One thing I am grateful for is the fact that there's not going to be any like weird dude on stage trying to sell their launch title that no one cares about for their game. Like, like the title that people are going to forget about within like 2 months as soon as an actual.
It'll be videos. It'll be contained videos.
I don't want to be like, it's not a game, because it is a game. But like, Rome and all those games where it's just like it's almost a tech demo of what the console can do.
Rise, Son of Rome, and
what was the one we talked about? We just talked about Shadowfall
from PlayStation.
And it was like, man, I do not care.
I am excited to see the because there are a bunch of games that I imagine, like we already saw Spider-Man is going to have great loading speeds because of the PS5. But I can't wait to see if there's going to be a PS4 Pro kind of situation where if you play the PS5, you play a PS4 game that has PS4 Pro capabilities, that you're going to be able to, get the enhanced version of that game when you're playing.
They have to at least think about that. And I imagine there's going to be a couple of games that gets ported immediately, or they've already worked on it, because I imagine Persona gets ported immediately. I don't see why not.
Well, I don't think there's not going to be a port.
I think an example of this would be, well, remember, they're the top 100 played
backwards compatible.
Remember the top 100 PS4 games. Persona 5 Royale, Persona 5 is going to be one, and I think they would just.
Yeah. Again, I keep saying Royale, so it's Royal, but I keep calling one to Royale. It still sounds better.
But what I will say is that an example of this, a CD Projekt Red came out and said that the next gen version of Cyberpunk 2077 will not come out at launch of the console.
Yeah.
They will not be out at next gen launch. So, like, most people are thinking about it. I think with the PS4, 3, and the 4, examples of that being The Last of Us and how well it sold, really does push people to be willing to say, like, yeah, let's redevelop this game or port this game to the new console, make sure it works really well.
I'm mostly excited for something like Ghost of Tsushima, because that game looks beautiful. Yeah. And I really hope that when I get the PS5 and I get to play Ghost of Tsushima, which is coming out in like a month or two, that I get to play that version of the game enhanced, be it PS4 Pro enhanced version, or like if they do a thing where PS5 has a PS5 enhanced version that allows me to unlock greater capabilities, 60 FPS, greater visual fidelity, whatever it be. But for games like that, like I would be extremely excited to check that out and see how that would work.
And I think we can continue this in more specifics, because we finally have our first look at PlayStation hardware. Sony this week decided to come out and do something that I think everybody was shocked by. I think that as much as people have been kind of quiet about this fact, it's something
I didn't see it coming.
No.
They are making a new controller.
Correct.
And
it's not a DualShock. They've given it a new name. This
is the most radical departure from the original controller.
Yeah, this is literally from the start of, because they have had virtually the same controller since the PS1.
So this is the front shot of it. The DualSense controller.
Yes.
I'm going to put this out there.
People have already made Gajinkas, by the way.
Admitted defeat. For the longest time, they've tried to argue that the DualShock was the correct, and many people were like,
I was like, oh.
It sounded like a car. The DualShock was the right design of a controller, where, myself included, if you have big hands, the Xbox controller was just better.
You know what they say about big hands?
Yes, I need big controller.
As because I have big hands. So as someone coming from my side who does have big hands,
yeah,
the honestly
bro,
the PS4 the PS4 controller is the best controller I've had. I hate the Xbox controllers.
I will disagree.
I've never held an Xbox controller and have it feel comfortable in my hands.
I would argue the opposite because it like for me, I feel like I'm doing this with PlayStation controller. But y'all can't. They can see.
Okay.
But essentially,
clawing it.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm sitting here.
See,
like
yeah,
this
I claw.
Versus with an Xbox controller, it's a far more comfortable like. Kind of like just a stable grip as opposed to where I'm feeling like I can palm the controller with one hand. I can honestly play with one hand if I really wanted to.
Oh, I bet you can.
All right. Lord.
No, I like honestly the PS4 controller, the PS3 controller. I get it.
The DualShock 4 though isn't that different than the DualShock 3. Like
no, it feels.
I think the DualShock 3 feels like ass.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
there's a radical difference.
You mean size wise?
Yes, size wise. Like in the general. Size.
You're probably right.
Size wise, probably, but in terms of like the actual shape, the PS4 controller feels miles better than the PS3.
I'm in a weird position because I have pretty small hands, like, or maybe I have skinny hands. I don't know, but like I usually don't fat finger stuff. So like the PlayStation controller for me felt fine. It's just for me, it's always been like the weight issue. So like it's weird because I prefer like the Pro controller as just a controller, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So and I don't mind bigger controllers like the Xbox one at all because I still use it for like my PC. It's just as long as it's not like as big as the Duke was.
No, I don't think.
Lord.
Like
y'all talking about big controllers. Holy shit!
I think when it comes to PS4, I hope in terms of the sizing, it's a middle ground between the PS4 and the Xbox One controller because I've held, like I've said, I've played Xbox 360, I played Xbox One. Those controllers are too big and they're too bulky, and I don't find them comfortable.
Real talk for me, it's not gonna matter because I'm still gonna use my stick for most games. But
yeah.
I think the real answer is we're in a weird time because it's becoming less and less prevalent, especially like Mad Catz going away, even though they're technically coming back or have come back. But the real answer is if this is way too big or way too small, a third-party company will make a controller that's
I also want to clarify.
Probably bad, but still.
Can we all agree on this? I want to actually put it. It's ugly.
No. This is great. This is a great design.
No. I think if it was black, it'd be okay. I think I think you don't like the white. Being honest.
But here's the thing. I am a very big person about design language. The console's going to be white. The console is going to
I don't believe that there's not going to be a way to get multiple.
I think it's going to be a black console with white elements on it.
It could be a GameCube, Xbox 360 situation where there's going to be like 3 different colors at launch.
Yeah.
But there wasn't. That's the thing. The original X, until the Elite came out, you could only get the white Xbox.
No, but you could replace the plates.
I would love that.
But here's the thing. Here's the biggest thing. I really love the design in terms of, first off, I think it's already aesthetically pleasing. I already, when I first saw this design, I thought, yeah, this is pretty. I like it. Second, in terms of customization, this is going to be the best PlayStation controller in terms of customization.
I agree.
Just because you can do so much with the plates.
I must say this. I agree with you in the sense of there's a reason why the Xbox controllers always look fucking good. Xbox's design for their controllers have always knocked it out of the park. This will be designable. Some of the stuff that people have come up with, let me see if I can't find a tweet of it.
Oh yeah, there've been some people already brought up concepts designs and everything for like
people have customized the color and stuff already too.
Yeah. Like they've had
I might be biased because I like that color, but I 100% think this controller would look great in red and other colors.
There was one where it already had a red.
It looks so good. Any other color looks great.
I like the white too. I think the white is really, really pleasing, and just all the concept designs I've seen for possible like controller like designs and stickers and customization I've seen for this controller, they've looked great. Saw a Yakuza one that was amazing.
One thing I will say though is that we all know that design, as much as it like that looks great, as much as that is a factor. Things like the actual buttons and D-pad matters, because I do agree that the Xbox 360 and stuff like that controls have been better, but those D-pads, man, those first ones were god awful. They fixed it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be like, oh, they didn't fix it, but
I'm more PlayStation has always had the best D-pad.
I'm always worried about the that looks sick. The classic PlayStation one, go up. That's not bad. That's not bad.
I'm pulling up a few different designs, so
that is not bad.
Like you could do so much.
I'll pay good money for that.
I'm trying to find. There was like
people are making gajikas of this controller, bro. Man,
I want to show.
What's that company that does the customization for controllers?
Oh,
no.
Well, everybody's just uses Colorway because of the.
No, the one that does the controllers and the PS4s and cell phones and laptops.
Can you not type DualSense in the top or a controller or something?
What's that company?
D-Brand. Yeah.
I think D-Brand's gonna have
show results in Kingdom Hearts.
Big financial success with this kind of controller.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think they'd be stupid not to customize. I think PlayStation was kind of experimenting with the PlayStation 4 because with the PS3, they did have, even with the PS3 and PS2, they've had like limited run consoles with different colors and stuff. But I think with the PS4, they really did like, there's the Spider-Man one. There's like just different covers with like Kingdom Hearts and a bunch of other games. And I think, wow, that's cool. I think they should do that. Maybe they'll do it as like a plate, and I understand that plates can easily get dirtied or broken, but I mean that's good for them because they get more of them. But I personally would love being able to customize my own console because I think well, even console and controller, because I think they've seen the success with like something like the Animal Crossing limited edition Switch. That thing looks beautiful.
Yeah,
that dock and everything looks amazing. I know what you're trying to look for.
Yeah,
and it sucks because I seen it.
It's a black version.
It's a very cool looking. Did it not have Xehanort on it or something? I could be wrong.
It was essentially the PS4, the Kingdom Hearts 3 PS4
with the little symbols.
So, like,
right?
here's some examples.
The leaf, right? Yeah.
This is a mock-up of an Assassin's Creed Odyssey controller that somebody came up with.
That looks sick.
And like good. Some of these will be definitely like amazing. This is the PlayStation.
That looks.
It looks so nice, bro. That looks
like retro amazing. Collectors and stuff like people like that would love that. I would love this.
That looks amazing. Personally, I'm not a huge design guy. Like I don't know a lot about design. Obviously, I didn't go to school or follow it. But man, this looks crispy.
Like so, the thing is, like overall, I'm not as worried. I don't like the base design of the.
Dude, that's fair.
The amount of customization that can be done to this controller means that I just wait for a controller that I like.
I think that's fair. Again, for fighting games, it's not going to matter because you can.
Now let's talk about some of the other features of this controller. First and foremost, it has haptic feedback. So, when you are like pulling back a bow, you'll be able to feel the tension on.
I like that personally.
The trigger.
So.
What Alejandro alluded to already.
Yeah.
The mic built into the controller.
I don't like that.
I like the thing.
I don't.
It's good for one reason. Sony won't give us a sad excuse of a microphone like they did with the PS4. That Pebble was horrible. That thing you called a headset was trash. Don't ever do it again.
But
you want to know what was worse?
What?
The PS3 little dongle that you would have here.
That was trash. Okay,
I'm sorry.
But this is actually
put that little pebble in your ear, and your ear is bleeding.
Okay, but this one is worse though, because not only is this not a dedicated mic, it's on a controller. Now little Timmy is gonna call me the N-word every time I log into Call of Duty because everybody has it. Everybody has a mic now. It's like I'm back in middle school all over again. Bust his ass and get on Rust. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Modern Warfare 2 coming out. It's time.
They also moved the light from on top of the controller to accent around.
I like it.
I like that
because the biggest thing is that this. I would be playing, and sometimes at nighttime, with all the lights out, this would just be beaming all over the place. And
did they get like
just having it be an accent?
The touchpad looks raised more.
It does.
The touchpad will have.
You know what? It wasn't enough of a satisfying click for people when they needed it, so maybe that's why.
Also, USB-C.
USB-C.
God bless.
Lord. Micro USB, legitimately the worst connector.
It really is.
I cannot wait for Xbox to come out and still have it take double A.
Stop. Just
honestly, that's not the worst thing, but there's a.
It's not, but it is annoying.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it.
Did they get a car designer to make this or something? Like it looks like a car with all the lines it has, almost.
Yeah,
I mean, I like it.
That's the biggest thing. I really like the lines on it and everything. I like the shape.
So some of the other information, in the picture, you'll be able to see. There's the normal menu button. Apparently, the share button is still here, but instead of being the share button, it's the create button.
Create button, yeah.
It's the honk button
stuff. Yeah, it is the honk button from Untitled Ghost.
Yo, imagine because
also PlayStation already control sticks. If you never use control sticks like this, these are fucking god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So something I would actually can't wait to see and kind of excited for, but I know it's probably won't be as realistic as I'm thinking it out to be. PS4 introduced like capture capabilities, being able to record and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see how the PS5 will evolve from that in terms of, because you can stream on the PS4 and you can capture gameplay on the PS4. That looks sick.
Yeah.
You can stream and capture on the PS4. You can only capture like 15 minutes at a time or something like that. But and the bit rate for the capture is not that great either.
Yeah.
It exists, but it's not the best. To see how the PS5
One thing Strix and I talk about consistently is that for some reason PlayStation, I know it's not necessarily the console, it's I imagine a service, but they always limit you on your download for some reason or upload. It's like it doesn't, which is weird because you need both for streaming obviously. It's weird that I'll get like 20, 15 for download, which isn't great, but it's fine. But then you get like 5 for upload. It's like why? I know upload isn't as important for downloading, but like especially if you're streaming or playing a really heavy like multiplayer game, I don't know why it's not not higher. I don't understand. Like so.
But yeah, getting just with the way the controllers are coming out, I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing with just the system themselves. My biggest thing is, I really hope the UI for the PS5 system is way faster, because the PS4 improved from the PS3 in terms of how fast the UI ran, but I feel like they can still do stuff with the PS4 PlayStation Store, going into the PS Store and just having it be a bit more snappy. That looks sick. Like this, that looks sick.
So I found it. This is like, whoo! Like the reason why this is such a good design is because as much as they can't.
No, they can't. Because I can.
I can't. Yeah.
You will fix. Breaking.
Oh.
Some browse break. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm trying to ask. Did something? Chat. Really quickly, if somebody in chat could point out whether or not something is completely broken. Thank you.
He's saying, "Stay on it, chat. You bums."
What? I just want to know if y'all could see it.
YouTube comments, tell us if we could.
Oh
YouTube comments.
I'm just gonna press the button and pray that it worked.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Then my hotkeys. My hotkeys broke.
Oh.
My hotkeys broke. All right.
Hotkey broke.
I also don't have.
Ice cream broke. Ice cream machine broke.
McDonald's.
Oh yeah, the whole thing.
No, realistically, I think it kind of says a lot that this controller has a bunch of new skins on it rather than the PS4 one. And even the Xbox One, because the Xbox One did get like skins and stuff, but I've never seen so many people put a skin or a modification. Like even the D-pad buttons are different. Like it has the crown and the heart on it. Like that's such a good attention to detail.
But yeah, you can make this any color. You can make any scheme.
I just realized that the up and down are
that's what I'm saying.
A heart and a crown.
Yeah,
that's nice.
And then even like the PlayStation button.
This is a crown, yeah. I think maybe because this design is begging to be customized, maybe that's why. And I hope PlayStation and a bunch of third-party companies see this and take it to heart, because these look beautiful. Every single one of these have been bangers.
I really hope that they get really smart when it comes to seeing what the people have been doing with this design, and just allowing them to do their thing.
Well, I would argue that we will see that. It's just we won't see it initially. What's going to happen with these? God of War 5 when that drops. Think of that. Spider-Man.
Next Spider-Man. Yep, next Spider-Man.
Jazz is going to be all over that because that's going to be just a...
Only problem was I wanted to get like the Spider-Man PS4, but I couldn't justify buying a completely different console. You know, that wasn't a pro.
I can't wait to see the new Persona game come out, Persona 6 or whatever it ends up being, and just having it be like a controller or some shit. Like,
I mean, legitimately for this generation, I am really considering until a game I really out just not buying the console because I would rather wait for a God of War for like God of War 5, God of War 4, whatever, and then trying to find the console or like the Spider-Man console, as opposed to doing exactly what you said. Like me sitting here when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, being like, "Fuck, I gotta buy a PS4 Pro. Let me find a Kingdom Hearts PS4 Pro. Let me, how could I?" And it's like, or it just wait for the console.
It's even for the Pro, I wasn't playing anything that would benefit from it. You know, it's like I couldn't justify it. Even Spider-Man.
I think when the PS5 comes out, I might buy it like near the release date, just because I know there are a bunch of games I do want to buy and I do want to play that will be utilizing PS4 Pro technology. So I'm interested to see how the PS5 will be able to like.
I can almost guarantee a limited edition Cyberpunk 2077 version where the controller has like different lights and stuff on it that react differently through the game or something like. You know,
also, for the chat, Persona 5 Arena, if it does end up being a thing, it's going to be a PS4 game. I highly doubt they would release something like that just for the PS5. If anything, it's going to be PS4.
Relax.
Who are the cops chasing down? Everybody should
someone's mowing their lawn.
At this hour?
Mowing your lawn at 9:30 at night is nasty. Is nasty.
Okay.
Actually, that might be a fire truck in it.
No.
Hopefully, everybody is being. That's pretty much for all the major news. We did want to bring one thing to people's attention. This was announced last week, and we were asked about it. I knew none of us had watched it yet, but go ahead. Guys, I think you might not have.
Strix sent this to me before the podcast started. I saw this, and I'm super hyped now.
So
I did see this.
Yes. So Mortal Shell. It's a small team. My brain is going to 10 people.
Yep.
Over 2 years to build. It's a Souls-like action RPG, a dark action RPG that looks supposed to come out this year. It looks terrifying.
It's great.
Visually, it looks awesome.
Yes.
I think we saw a bit of gameplay.
Yeah,
in here
towards the very
towards the end of the trailer. It looks cool. I want to see like a whole gameplay trailer, just to really get into how. Yeah, that looks cool. That just looks cool. I'm excited.
The big thing is going to be.
Okay.
Oh. Fuck that.
Yeah, nah.
I don't fight in water, bro.
One of the biggest things with Dark Souls is that it can be terrifying, but it was terrifying from a gameplay perspective. This looks like it could just be terrifying from a visual perspective too.
We have stand power. Shoutouts. It's crazy to me that Steph will never stop making content for the rest of his life. Shoutouts. Check him out. When's that Soul video gotta go up, man? I'm waiting.
We did not say any of that. We do not. No,
we did. We did.
Well, Shaz did.
He got yeeted, bro. He got yeeted.
No!
No! You ragged out so fast.
Nah, bro.
That was insane.
Wait, he got hit. His back broke.
No, but that looks legitimately awesome. I joined the Discord. Hopefully, I can get into the beta and we can do something with that.
Yes. But I think that's pretty much everything for this week. Not a whole lot's going on. But I feel like we somehow still managed to fill out an entire show. I'd like to thank my co-hosts, once again, Alejandro and Shaz, for being around. Alejandro, let the people know where you are, what you're doing. Is the pencil at work? Hopefully you're not wearing the snapback because you're not out in the streets.
Yeah. I mean, I can wear it inside. Yeah, but you know, it's your boy, snappity back and pencil too. We out here, you know, doing that art, doing that, you know, things are happening. I am doing things. When they are finished, you will see the light of them. That's all I will say. Follow me on Twitter
and
if, maybe YouTube.
All right, Shaz.
It be.
I'm just, you know, up to boyo.
Struggling, playing trash mobile games. You know how it be.
When is it gonna happen, Shaz?
Huh? What?
When is it gonna happen?
When's what gonna happen?
The mobile game section.
Oh, we'll lead off next. We'll lead off next.
Oh, it could be whenever.
We'll lead off next.
I don't know if I like the idea of having to try out. Well, that's fine. Maybe I'll try out
ALE.
Maybe if maybe I'll try more like American mobile games. I don't know. Trash. So yeah. Keep on looking for me and Strix.
In chat, everything will be there. We'll link anything we talked about down in the show notes. All of your different platforms. Once again, if you are listening on a platform that's live streamed every day, every Thursday on twitch.tv/YoriStrix, please go ahead and come on over 8 p.m. Check us out. Enjoy it. I'm Strix. I stream Monday through Friday starting at 8 p.m. EST. Playing a wide variety of stuff. Except right now, we just playing Valorant. After the podcast as well, we're going to be getting into some Dragon Ball Fighters and keeping the chat going. So, yeah, come on through. And thank you, everybody, again, for checking out the show. We will see you all.
Give me money. Bro.